Hey, welcome everyone from sunny Sunshine Canyon in Colorado. Just had my run on an amazing morning mobility routine. I'm feeling expressive and creative. And anyway, we are going to talk today about your process and what that means. And here at Inner Runner, we're very concerned with, well, not concerned because we like to just do things and not overthink them too much, but about your process and what that means. When you start moving from the center out and you start to be the author of your movement, and I know people think you're the author of the movement, but you might not be. You might be active or reactive, or you might feel like when you train, you need to activate. And you might have been told things are not strong enough, fast enough, quick enough turnover, all these external judgments on you, and then you react to those external judgments, and then you might start realizing, well, maybe you're not the master and author of your own movement, and other people's judgments and externalities are. And when you start moving from the center out, and you start strengthening your hips, when you're starting to acknowledge that you are enough, you have enough, things start coming towards you, and you start to have this quite powerful psycho-emotional reframing. And it's very important for your process is not to compare yourself to others. The quickest way to excellence is to work on self. Athletes love doing hard work. In fact, the harder the better, the more the better usually. What they don't love so much is working on feelings and how things make us feel. And we've all been there, and I'm totally guilty of that. Making a big effort not to be guilty of that is really work on not being reactive and reacting to other people, and just, the quickest way to self-improve and the quickest way to master your running and your movement is to not be reactive and not react to external stimulus. And so what does this mean? Well, let's say you're doing a race and you're really worried about where someone else is coming and where you are in relationship to them. It's going to pull you out of your process, and suddenly they're the author of your, or they sort of masters, they have the power, you don't, you're disempowered. And we never know what can happen. They can go down the road and fall and they become a non-entity. But the chances are what you don't want to do is get stuck in that loop, okay? Because your best race will come out of you being focused on what you need to do in the present, in the moment, and then your best race will unfold. And also, deeper nuance is that you will learn at an accelerated rate, and then you'll start to become empowered and things will start coming towards you. If you're reacting to other people, there is an element of you've got to follow a wheel, or there's this dynamic, but if you're concerned with what other people are doing and how other people are racing, you're giving them your power, you're reacting to their situation, you're judging yourself, okay, in relationship to them. And you can get very fragmented, and you're going to say, no, well, that's not true, because if I just beat them, then what'll happen is your goals will just keep moving down the road. It's like when I play with my cat, I've got a piece of string, and as it's about to pounce, I just pull the string, and then as it's about to pounce, I pull the string, and as it's about to pounce, you pull the string, and this can just get stretched on forever. So the athletes that concern you now, if you do happen to beat them, then there's always a bigger fish. Okay, so it just keeps on going, and you see people wasting 2 years of their life busy worrying about what other people are doing on Instagram, what drills, what I don't do enough, I don't have enough, there's a lack in my process. You're really concerned with other people's process, whereas I can promise you that people that are just quietly getting on with the work, doing the mental and emotional work, and really focusing on the stuff that makes you feel deeply uncomfortable and reactive, they're progressing really quickly, and you okay, and the only way to stay relevant and the only way to keep up with them is to focus on your process, your team. Okay, I had an experience where you sort of you'll see people, I kind of feel bad, because sometimes when I say something, like let's say I do a running cue and then someone else has another opinion and makes you insecure, or let's say, I don't know, I go down to the track and people are worried about Lawrence is watching, or the pool, and you working with this athlete and that athlete, and it disrupts people. And I used to feel almost like, well, that's not that appropriate. But there's a lesson in that. If you have someone else pulling you out of your process, what you need to do is think about that again, resolve it, because if you do, there's a gift in there, and then you can become more powerful, more authentic, own your process. Okay, you don't want to be defensive and guarding and hiding in the secret sauce, and what are we doing, and we don't share. That's why I share so much and so openly. What we want really is a sense of we want a sense of team or tribe, or a safe space where you have permission to fail and permission to and it's okay to make mistakes, and you have a sense of lightheartedness and creativity and fun. And if you have that, if you can start to frame an environment like that around you, you will have a sense of close-knitness, which is what you need for excellence. So you want a sense of bonding, close-knit team. But what you don't want to be is us against the rest of the world. Because as soon as you're us against the rest of the world, you'll start concerning yourself with the rest of the world, and they can pull you out of your process, and you start reacting, you start worrying about who and so, what they're doing, what they're not doing. And again, it's just a big distraction. So I hope that helps. But when you start to move from the center out, when you start to get out of your head and into your hips, when you start to become the author of your movement, these things start to make a tangible, physical, real sense to you. And then that's also how we hold on to moving really, really well. The two aren't compatible. You can't be doing reactive drills, reacting, and then want to have a mental, emotional sense of calm. That just doesn't work that way, okay? How you move is how you feel. And that's why running well and seeing people just open up and radically transform their running and their movement and having these big breakthroughs all come with an emotional shift, with a big reframing when they start to realize, oh, I have enough, I am enough. And you see incredible transcendent breakthroughs in performance. But they don't happen when there's external judgments and you're doing all the things and you're reacting. And that's, again, if you wonder why I don't do that many cues, it's because we want to work from within and let things fall into place. Okay, so much love, much respect, look after yourselves. It's going to be an amazing year. And there's a saying, giving up sugar. I've been giving up sugar, which means I've been working on myself a lot, because I'm just human. We're all human, and I can get very reactive and competitive and worry about other people and what other people are thinking. But again, it doesn't serve me, and it definitely doesn't serve to the people that I'm holding a big space for and that are deeply invested in my process to help them be the best. Okay, take care, look after yourselves, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.